After the Tactics Talk, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back. We have Staz211 in his P.43 TER. This is Italian. Is it medium? It's medium tank. Italian medium tank at tier 7. He's top tier. He is top tier in a 2-tier battle here on Abbey, and he's spawned into the North Spawn. He is headed straight down the 8 line. Not my favorite choice of positioning, but can be good if you get some friends and you roll it up quickly. The problem is, if the TDs are sitting back there, it can be difficult to push them. Also, you can be shot from the Abbey, but you can tell that this Type 64 has the Abbey locked down as far as he knows there's nobody there. In fact, he's getting pushed, though. He might not have it quite as locked down as he thought. Here comes a T-150. You got to watch out for these guys. They've got a big gun. And the WZ is very unhappy that he met Staz right there. The thing about that is that that tank, the P.43, is quite fast, actually. You saw how fast he got there. So if you're going to go to a spot like this and surprise them like he has done, it helps to have a fast tank who can get there without being spotted. At this tier, relatively low, with him being tier 7, top tier, it is easier to get around to this point. Nice choice of a weak spot right there. It is easier to get around to a point like this because the spotting or the view ranges are not as high. It's much more difficult if you're talking higher tier tanks to get as far as he did without a scout come around and find him. And it looks like the WZ jumped into the water, and now we've got a push going on onto cap by Staz. He finds the M44 making a runner, kill that guy. Cromwell's pushing in, going crazy, and holy cow, we're going to have a bit of a problem here because the Su-100 is camping the M44, and there's a Jackson here as well. And Staz pushes in. This is kind of dangerous right here. You do need to get rid of the Su-100 as fast as possible. There you go. And watch out for the artillery on your side. Nope, he's very foolish. He dies. The other thing about this tank is it's got a actually pretty good gun for its tier. Now we've got a Jackson and an IKV. There we go. Ooh, there's a shot into the side. Nicely done. One of the problems you've got right now is you're the only guy here and you've got a lot of attention. Now I would have prioritized the Jackson on this instead of switching to the IKV-90B just to bring him down. If you didn't kill him, because I don't think you can quite high roll enough, he'd be one more shot dead. The problem now is you can't kill either one of these guys. There you go. And that shot should have been the Jackson dead. Now he is hold down, so you may have said, well, the other guy's easier to hit. That is possible. Get lucky. That's just bad gunnery. You needed to aim a little higher up on the turret right there. Kind of center of mass. Looks like you're trying to get to the side. You end up doing it there. I would be careful about exposing that long. You zoomed in quite a bit. I think I would have accepted more of a snapshot there to avoid the Jackson putting another hit on me. And this is pretty typical of an early push into down the 8 line and onto the cap. You're having trouble taking them out because they're all going hold down, and there were a number of them there. The other thing I haven't mentioned yet, which you now know, is there's a T-29 sitting over here. We're going to come around and start looking for this guy. Good news is he doesn't see me, apparently. Because had he seen you, he probably would have shot right there. We got an A-44 trolling around down there as well. And he didn't spot you, so a shot into there. Not sure if you hit the 29 or the A-44. And I would have been very careful backing out that far right there because you really put your rear end out, and if one of these guys saw you, they might have been able to put a shot in there. That is one of those things that you've got to be careful with. It happens quite a bit, especially on turnarounds. There's a guy. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I went in. There you go. The Jackson was your target right there. And it looks like we're thinking twice about what we're doing. Look, your whole other side has lost. Now, this goes back to your early positioning decision. Notice that the west side has completely lost. You were able to push up the 8 line. It's pretty typical when it is poorly defended and you get up on the cap that your other side loses, especially when you're one of the top tier tanks and you took your gun and your tank to what is essentially a secondary front over here. And now we've got to swing all the way back here and try to figure out how to stop this push onto the west. I do like that you did not continue to try to push up onto their cap because they had swung enough tanks back to take you down, and you're only at 325 hit points right now. So whoa, oh boy, that was almost very bad. And holy cow, the A-44 has chased you away. Good job seeing that he came. Hopefully he was on your mind when you ran because it looked like he was charging hard. Fortunately, he didn't get a shot on you right here. And we're trying to pick a shot at his little top turret thing, at his hatch, hoping that we get some help maybe from the E-25 and the Achilles. One thing I will do in situations like this is when I'm in cover, I'll turn around and see what my buddies are doing. Are they actually helping me? Yep, okay, looks like the E-25 is there, and the Achilles maybe not so much. It's hard to tell if he can get a shot right there. But I would explore some of these things a little bit more. Nicely done. There is some pretty decent armor on this tank when angled for a medium, so that actually worked out for you. You're able to bounce that shot. Now the E-25 should simply just charge in and take this guy down. Really unknown why he's doing it that way. Had he gone in, taken that one hit, this next few moments would have been a kill shot. Now you're still futzing around with this guy. Coming around, looking for a shot on the turret. Oh, we missed and take a hit. And the E-25 finally gets in there and kills that guy. And that's pretty typical hub player action right there. Completely unwilling to go in and kill him early because he didn't want to take a hit. Completely willing to let you take a hit that you could not afford. He actually could have afforded that hit. You can't. But he's dead. You got rid of him, and now you got a problem on cap. So we're going to swing all the way back to cap. And again, once I'm harping on it, but we're going to talk about it again. The initial positioning decision has taken you out of the main part of the fight for most of the game. You've got 2,758, but let's talk about that for a minute while you head back and start killing their guys that are pushing. What do you think that Jackson and IKV, and to some extent the A44, would be doing right now if you hadn't gone down there and fought them? I submit at least the IKV and the Jackson would still be sitting on cap. They'd have not fired their guns. They'd have not done any damage to you. And had you taken that 2,700 damage and applied it to the west side of the fight, this game would be largely over right now. You guys would have probably won over there. So now we've got a T-29. This was an interesting decision for me to push up into these trees. It is giving you better spotting, but if you fire from here, you don't really have anywhere to go to get away. You just don't have the hit points to give. Man, that was very fortunate. He gave you that side turret. You took that chance, and I really expected you to blow up right here. I am completely blown away that he didn't somehow. He must have been on a reload. He wasn't able to quite get to you, and that's why I said moving that far forward in those trees was a bad idea. Had anybody over there had any kind of shot or had been reloaded, you probably would have died right there. It was such a long reverse. Very surprised you lived through it. The IKV has finally moved up. And this is the part of the game where I would expect those campers to finally have been moving, but it goes back to my point. If you'd have been over on the west side, probably some of your buddies would still be alive. Yeah, take that shot. Go ahead after the little turret thing. There you go. Oh, someone else got him. The Tog got him. And this is a better position because you're more into the bushes and things right there, or as far as it being good camo for you. T-29's playing peekaboo. Somewhere that IS is hanging out too, and the Cromwells. You guys are still in a bit of trouble. Not a bad decision actually to come around here and maybe change the fight a little bit. E-25 is still searching around. It's quite likely they know he's in that general area, because both the Cromwell and the IKV are sort of up on that ledge looking around, probably looking for him. Tog is sort of out to dry right now. I'm going to come up here and see if we can't find some of these guys. 3,000 damage, pretty nicely done so far. Very risky. You expose a lot of your tank doing that. If any one of them shows up in that little ledge, it's going to be hard to live. But it worked out for you. You were actually able to get down there without being seen. So probably the Cromwell and the IKV are attempting to get shots on the Tog. They may even be trying to work down through the town and the Abbey to come around the side of the Tog. So if you run into one of them, you're in big trouble. Oh, we got the glitch from the replay glitch, which happens. We'll just go ahead and go from that angle right there. It's interesting. Look at that. Looking straight through, losing everything. And this was an interesting sequence right here, actually. You're going to come up here and find these guys. There's the T-29. The question was, did you have a shot on that guy right there? Yeah, you might have, actually. You might have, although I think he's behind that now. He's behind all that rock right there. So we're going to come up here and find these dudes. All right. The Cromwell was killable. He had less hit points. He was definitely in one-shot territory. You did 263 to the IKV. Now they're both one-shot, so that's important, but you could have removed the Cromwell's gun right there. And he silly fixed your problem and came in and gave you that shot. Had the IKV charged you right there, he'd have had you because he would have been reloaded and you'd have not got your gun reloaded by the time he came around the corner taking a shot. But that's one of the problems with the casemate TDs. That's hard to do with the casemate. I'm very surprised the IS didn't shoot you in the back right here, but he must be sitting at the window. He's probably sitting at the window right here at about B3 because the E25 is now going to come up behind and see what he is doing. Tog is hanging tough. IKV is there. And I would ask you right now, what's the plan? Okay, the IKV, you got him cornered, but the problem is you're spotted by him, and you're going to be vulnerable to any shots behind. You probably saw the E25 clear through here, so you know he's not there now, but say he's down here and came back up and around and got to you. The longer you sit here, the longer it gives another red tank the opportunity to move around you and take you out. That replay bug is super annoying. E25 does not find the IS. That was very strange. So now the question is, all right, where is the IS? Where is the IS right now? IKV's moving. You're spotted again. And we play a dangerous game here with the whole I'm trying to bait a shot thing with this guy. There's the IS. So the IS came all the way around and took out the TOG. And now you're in big trouble. It's just you. And the E25. A little side scrape action. Holy cow, this is super dangerous. And he actually baits it. He takes it. He's on a reload. You push in hard. And down he goes. Holy cow, that was gutsy. But you made it happen. 3,400 damage. 3,052 spotting. And they killed the E25. The E25 started taking shots and was spotted. So we're going to come around here. See if we can do this without getting the weird replay problem. There's the IS. He's a one-shot. We got our gold. Boom. Oh, not penetrated. That is a bummer. But we didn't get spotted for it. That was a rush shot. I think you really should have just aimed down on that lower plate. This is pretty funny. Nicely done. That's what I would have done. You did reset him. You didn't kill him. There he goes. He's making a runner. For some reason, though, he keeps on going to where he can be hit. That was very odd. He looks like he's trying to go back down the ramp and come find you, but he dies for his efforts. And holy cow, the T-29 is just sitting there, unknown what he's doing, but you got a little too close and he ended up getting spotted. I think if you'd have come up behind this bush right here, you wouldn't have got spotted right there. And I'd have been moving around a little bit. That was very lucky. I don't know if you were completely covered, but he does a bad job of getting a shot. And look at that. Nicely done. 3,896 victory, 362 with 6 kills. 6 kills. That was well done, man. I liked your ability to move around the map to go to the places that you were needed. I wasn't crazy about your initial position. I think you probably could have helped this team win much earlier had you been over on the west side, but as it is, it's hard to argue with 3,800 damage at tier 7 and 6 kills. Nice game, man. Thanks for sending that in. We will see ya.